Uh-oh. Oh, thank God for you, Dustin. Yes, yes! I've paid my dues. Oh! No! Can I have your money? No!
What? Shit, he dead?
No!
I had better cut the copyrighted music from Queen before I'm in too much trouble. But if I have to give anyone 35 cents for their music, I'd rather be Freddie Mercury than any modern-day musician. All jokes aside, Ultimate Chicken Horse is a sleeper hit. This game is the ultimate in a party game. This game is the ultimate in a friend game. It brings that Mario Maker feel with complete and utter destruction. You are one of many cute little fuzzy farm animals. Your objective is to A, either get the flag, or B, collect fantastic in-game loot if it pops up for you. And C, kill everyone in your path. This game inspires creativity. It also tries to force you to be cognizant of everything going on around you, including your own traps. I and my associates have found a number of times that we often killed ourselves with our own traps because we were too busy trying to pay attention to the traps laid by each other. As the levels progress and the matches go on, it becomes more difficult to play. In a fun way, though. More difficult in the sense of like you feel like you're Indiana Jones and it's the Temple of Doom, and you absolutely positively have to get the Raider of the Lost Ark or whatever the hell Indiana Jones went after. But your Lost Ark is that little red flag in the death of your furry cohorts. This game, though extremely competitive, does not have that same toxic competitive feel that other competitive games currently have. Notice how much I use that term. But it's very true. If you were to play any first-person shooter or any other competitive game like Dota or something, people take it so seriously. They have to win. They're on each other for what class they're picking, what they're doing at a certain point. With Ultimate Chicken Horse, that doesn't exist. It's a competitive nature, yes, but it's one where everybody can enjoy it. You could sit back and laugh at the failures of your friends and yourself. It's probably one of the best games I've played in a long time. I'm going to dare say that Ultimate Chicken Horse is pretty much one of the best games I've played in the last 3 years. Without a shadow of a doubt, I fully stand behind this game. It's currently in beta form right now, so you may find that there could be an occasional connection loss. And sometimes connecting to friends can be a little bit more hassle than you want, but it's not exactly a big deal, especially with the Steam overlay. You just might have to try 2 or 3 times versus 1 time. Remember, it's still very fresh in the online beta form. Also, what's great about this game is it gives you the ability to play with your friends. Even if your friends are over at your house, everybody could actually play. You could hook controllers up to Ultimate Chicken Horse because this game actually integrates the Xbox controller perfectly. It's so controller friendly. It's not even funny. It's fantastic. In fact, I might even say I prefer it on controller than the mouse and keyboard. Also, on top of that, if you're just at home with a friend, let's say, or your girlfriend, whatever, boyfriend, whoever, care, whatever you're into, and they want to play too, all they have to do is plug in another controller or plug in a single controller and you use the keyboard. And the game will recognize that it's another interface. So you could have anywhere from 2 to 4 people playing this on your computer at home. Nor is this game actually demanding on your computer. If you had the proverbial potato, quotation marks, for a computer, you could still play Ultimate Chicken Horse and not have a shred of issue. In fact, this game, I'm surprised, isn't on iOS or Android. Now I know, for us gamers, the mobile platform is the bane of existence, but it's so accessible. I could totally see this being on the iPhone and still be playable. To some extent, it probably wouldn't be perfect, but it would be playable. I'm just putting it out there just in case the creators want to make a little extra money. I mean, I wouldn't fault them for it. Overall, Ultimate Chicken Horse is a fantastic, easy to play, but hard to master game that does not inspire anger with the other players. In fact, people can be as sadistic as they want, and you can too, and nobody seems angry at each other for it. In fact, you sit back and laugh as the map goes from being manageable to completely a death trap. Or when it gets to the point where there's no way on earth anyone can win, and you're still trying because you want to prove that you're just that much better than everyone else, and then you die a miserable rat's death. This game also incorporates a little bit of swag. No game is not complete without the ability to customize your personal favorite farm character. Now, these things can be found while in game, usually after a victory. Occasionally you'll find a box with a question mark just floating randomly. Personally, I found myself so obsessed with the boxes that I went out of my way to get the box rather than win a match because I wanted to see what would I unlock next. The only critique I could possibly have for Ultimate Chicken Horse, like the only thing I could find to gripe with this game is this, and it's not even a real complaint. If they had like a mode where you could create the level first with all the stuff in between the point where you start and the objective, that would be great. Or have like a Steam Workshop where you could download like player created, generated levels to try and get through to get to the objective. Long as it's manageable, nothing too sadistic where it's impossible. That would be great. That would be the icing on the cake. Because the only thing I found with this game is while playing, often whoever got to the objective first when the trap started getting laid down was pretty much usually the person who won the match. Because by the time the match was reaching its conclusion and the map was totally set up where it was truly a war zone to get to point A to point B, and it was actually fun, interesting, and crazy, then you'd only have 3 turns left to see who could possibly turn around a victory. And at all, it's nothing bad. It's just a small thing that I noticed that would be cool. But other than that, if you want a party atmosphere game where you could just sit down and play hassle-free with your friends at your house, with your friends over the net, or you could have a friend at your place play on your computer while you're using the keyboard, they're on a controller, and then you're playing with other people on the net at the same time, then this is it. It's like Little Big Planet if it was just horribly dangerous and all those little plushies wanted to kill each other. That's essentially what this is. Little Big Planet on dangerous roids. It's fantastic. It really is. Overwatch is out right now, and after playing Overwatch and getting frustrated, I go right back to Chicken Horse because it's just, that good. I can honestly say it's good. Like, right now, Overwatch is out. I really love the Overwatch beta. I like Overwatch, but sometimes Overwatch has very cancerous players where it leads to frustration. Then I just turn it off and start playing Ultimate Chicken Horse. A game that probably costs not even how much like the food services may have cost the staff at Blizzard to make Overwatch. This game probably costs less than a Starbucks order for a week for, clever endeavors to create. And in my opinion, it's up there with Overwatch. I know it's like this is probably going to be a crazy sort of claim for you, and you might not take it as truthful. You could take it as a grain of salt. This is just my personal opinion. But the fact remains that there's something special here. And what it really needs is more people to realize it's out there. I could have just posted a bunch of videos with me and friends and playing out with people on the internet saying how great this game is, but I preferred to do something like this that would come off more genuine. This has not been scripted at all. One, I'm too lazy, and 2, I don't have all the time for the spelling corrections I'd need to make for the grandiose, verbose language I would use to try and articulate how great this game is. I'm just going to attempt to convey it to you as honestly as possible. If you feel like $14 is a bit of a stretch, it could be understandable, but the replay value is definitely here. And there's always Steam sales, which is coming up in June. So if you're holding off on this and you see it on sale, I suggest you grab it. You probably won't be disappointed, especially if you like what you see in this video. And if anything, I'll be playing on public servers, so it'll be pretty easy to find me. I usually play the raccoon, and I often die. And the hardest thing for me to escape is glue traps. For some reason, I can't get away from glue traps. They need a rat character, because then I could play the rat character, and me dying on a glue trap would make perfect sense. I'd like to take a time out to thank Creative Endeavors for taking me seriously as a YouTuber and giving me the chance to review their game. Everything that I've said is not biased in any way, shape, or form. If you remember from my Logitech videos where I was given the chance to review the G633 headset, I found it sorely lacking for $150. But I will admit the G910 keyboard was good. So you know that I'm a man of high morals and scruples, unless it comes to pornography. But that's a different story. Thank you for tuning into my channel as I pretend that I'm Walter Cronkite. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe. I have a Twitter account down. Feel free to write crap on there. I write weird things about my nipples being the size of dinner plates. And I also have a Twitch channel. Jesus Christ, I suck at this. Thank you, and good night, America. I don't even think Walter Cronkite said that.